Today we're going to practice writing an equation in slope-intercept form from any 2 points on the line. So let's get started. A line goes through the points 3, -1, and -9, -5. What is the equation of the line in slope-intercept form? So when you're solving a problem, you want to ask yourself 2 questions. What do you know? And what do you want? Well, in this case, we know 2 points. We know 3, -1, and -9, -5 are on a line. And what do we want? We want to write that line as an equation in slope-intercept form. In order to do that, we need to know the slope and the y-intercept. So we need to know that m value for slope and b value for y-intercept. We know how to find the slope from 2 points. We find the difference in the y values over the difference in the x values. And in this case, this will give us a slope of 1/3. But how about that y-intercept? Neither of these points are the y-intercept. They do not have an x-coordinate value of 0. Now, the way I learned how to do this, and it got me through a lot of math classes quite successfully, is if I was given 2 points, first I'd find that slope, and then I would take one of those points, it didn't matter which one, but take one of those points, and I would plug it into the point-slope formula. And we'll discuss this form of equation in a later lesson. And then from here, I would have an equation for the line in point-slope form, and then I can convert it using algebra to slope-intercept form. And this method works. There's nothing wrong with this method, and we will practice this method in a later lesson. But is there another way where we don't need to use the point-slope formula? Can we, with the information we have, can we directly find that y-intercept? Of course, the answer is yes, or I wouldn't have mentioned it. So let's see how we can use the slope-intercept form to write an equation when we don't know what the y-intercept is. So here we're going to practice finding the slope-intercept equation from 2 points. In this case, the line goes to the points 1, 3, and 2, -4. What is the equation of this line in slope-intercept form? Again, what do we know? Well, we have a pair of points. And what do we want to know? We want to know that equation in slope-intercept form. So that means we need to find both the slope and that y-intercept. So let's start by finding that slope. And we can find the slope from 2 points. It's the difference of the y values, so y sub 2 minus y sub 1, all over the difference of those x values. We can plug those numbers in. So I'll have the first point be the first point, so x sub 1, y sub 1. And the second point will be the second point, so x sub 2, comma y sub 2. But it doesn't really matter which one is your first point and which one is your second point. What matters is whichever y that you're going to subtract from, so this y sub 2 value, we're going to subtract y sub 1 from y sub 2. So this first y value we grab, we need to make sure we also subtract from its x value. So now we have -4 minus 3 all over 2 minus 1. So this is going to give us -7 over 1. So the slope value, m, is equal to -7. So we found m. We know the slope. How about b? So we want our equation in slope-intercept form. So as we discussed the slope-intercept form in the past, we looked at this and said there's two pieces of information. We have the slope m and the y-intercept b. And we never really messed with y or x. But y and x do represent something. This y and x, or x and y, well, it's an ordered pair. It is a point that is on the line. So we can plug in a point that is on this line to find an unknown. Well, we do have a point. We have 2 points, actually. So let's use the point 1, 3. Again, this is x of 1, and this is y sub 1. We can plug those in. So y sub 1 is 3 equal to, the slope is negative 7. We have an x value of 1 plus b. And we can find b. We can find that y-intercept. We have 3 equal to negative 7 plus b. Solving for b, we get b equal to 10. So now we know the slope and the y-intercept, so we can write our equation. Y equal to negative 7x plus 10. Now let's practice a few examples finding the equation of a line in slope-intercept form from 2 points. So what do we know? Well, we know 2 points. We have the ordered pair negative 3, 6, and the ordered pair 3, 2. And we want an equation in slope-intercept form. So y equal to mx plus b. So in order to write an equation in this form, we need the slope and the y-intercept. Well, we can find the slope from 2 points. That's the difference in the y values, so y sub 2 minus y sub 1, all over the difference in the x values, x of 2 minus x of 1. So we'll take this first point, and this will be x of 1, y sub 1. And the second point will be x of 2, y sub 2. This will give us 2 minus 6 all over 3 minus a negative 3. This is negative 4 all over 3 plus 3, which is negative 4 over 6. And we can simplify that down to negative 2/3. So the slope of this line is negative 2/3. So now we know 2 points on the line and the slope. And with this information, there are a couple different methods we can use to write the equation of the line. But we're going to use just the slope-intercept form of the line. So we're going to pick one point that we know. It doesn't matter which one, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick this first point. And we're going to plug this in as an ordered pair. So we'll have 6 equal to, our slope is negative 2/3. And then our x value is negative 3 plus b, plus that y-intercept. Now we have 6 equal to, well, these 3's cancel out. So we have negative 2 times negative 1. So that's 2 plus b. And then solving for b, we end up with b equal to 4. So we now know the y-intercept. We had the slope at negative 2/3. So we can now write this equation. We have y equal to negative 2/3 x plus 4. Let's practice with one more. And again, although there are a number of ways we can find the equation of this line, let's practice just using the slope-intercept form. So what do we know? Well, we know the ordered pair negative 8, negative 7. and the ordered pair -9, -12, these 2 points are on a line. And what do we want? Well, we want the equation of the line, and we want it specifically in slope-intercept form. So from these 2 points, we can find that slope. So slope is the difference in y all over the difference in x. That is our rate of change. So we're going to have -12 minus a -7 all over -9 minus a -8. A lot of negatives here. So in our numerator, we're going to have -12 plus 7 all over -9 plus 8. This comes out to -5 all over -1, which simplifies down to 5. So our slope is equal to 5. And then using this slope and one of those points, we're going to plug this into our slope-intercept form. In this case, I'll take the second point, just for a little variety. Again, it does not matter which point you select. So our y value is -12 equal to slope of 5. X value is -9 plus b. So we have -12 equal to -45 plus b. Then we add 45 to both sides. We're going to end up with 33 equal to b. Again, we now know the slope and the y-intercept, so we can write this line. We have y equal to 5x plus 33. A great way to learn is to practice on your own. We will discuss in a bit, but go ahead and pause your screen and do these 2 problems. So in this first problem, we're given the pair of points 3, 3 and 1, 10. From those 2 points, we can find the slope of the line. We end up with slope of -7/2. And then picking either of these 2 points, we can plug those into the slope-intercept form. We end up with a y-intercept of 27/2. This gives us the equation y equal to -7/2 x plus 27/2. For this second problem, we have the ordered pairs 3, 8 and 9, -4. A line with these 2 points will end up with a slope of -2. And then using that slope value in one of those points, in this case I chose the second point. Again, it does not matter which point you choose. Plugging that into the slope-intercept form and solving for b, we end up with a b value, or y-intercept, of 14. Then we can use that y-intercept and that slope to give us our equation, y equal to -2x plus 14. Continue practicing writing an equation in slope-intercept form from 2 points, and I'll see you in the next video.